So I've been watching a lot of videos about how Europeans are reacting to being in the United States, and since the World Cup has begun and they've appeared from all parts of the world to come and watch the game. And one of the things that I notice is how this is an opportunity for all the right-wing nutcases to come out of the woodwork and say, America's the greatest place on earth. Look at the Europeans. We've been lied to. There's just all of this like really annoying pro-American. I saw this idiot named Professor Patriot, some douchebag, and it's just kind of insulting. I mean, here's the reality of it is that Buc-ee's is not what makes America great, nor is Walmart. Okay, these are like interesting, arguably Texas-style Southern barbecue or Louisiana barbecue makes America great. But most of the time, these cultural moments where they're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're just embarrassing. There's a lot of great things about America, but it's not what you think it is. Like the really great thing about the World Cup, and it goes against everything all the Trumpsters and Make America Great idiots stand for, is look at everybody coming together. Instead of deporting Somali judges, referees, we're allowing everybody to come in, and we're allowing people to do the things that they need to do just to be with us together in this moment in a peaceful place. And the thing that's great about America is we've got cops. And it's huge. And so all of the trouble and all the bullshit that happens in Europe and all of the violence ain't going to happen here. We're not going to tolerate it. This is not going to happen. So America's got an incredibly safe situation because of that. We create safety and security. Our stadiums are absolutely fantastic. I was there. I was down at SoFi Stadium for the United States men's team smashing of Paraguay. And I didn't know this, but I had an inkling at the time. That is by far the baddest stadium in the entire world. It's like worth $5 billion, but it's not because it's worth $5 billion. You got to see it. There's just nothing like it on the face of the planet. And the atmosphere, the way that Americans, we're all together. Normally you go to a baseball game and we're all sitting there grazing all the way, get up and leave like a football game. There was nobody at the concession stands except at the halftime, So the bottom line is, there are all of these Europeans who are actually football fans. They're not the typical Europeans who are discovering America, but Europeans have been discovering America for a very long time. I was 21 years old and I was walking around in the Sierra Nevada when this German guy and his wife came walking by way up in the mountains when I was hiking. And they were like, is a man eating bears or food eating bears? And the guy knew that, but I saw these Europeans hiking out in Death Valley, about 6 months ago. The outdoor adventure people are well aware of what America is like, and they've been out here for a very, very long time. Okay, it's not new to them. What's new is the football fans, the average, sort of average people, because if you're rich enough to come to the United States, you're not average, you're not working class. You're rich enough to buy these ridiculously expensive tickets, which should have been a lottery, shouldn't be $2,000 a ticket, but that's another thing. Then you're a unique demographic, and coming here and seeing what America is like, which is for the most part a clean, safe, secure, normal place where everybody's like, whoa, you're from England, that's pretty interesting. You're from this foreign Australia, nice to meet you. That's what happened to me when I went to Europe. That's what happens when I travel. People are, for the most part, either interested in me or disinterested in me, but there's a feeling that we now have out of all of the things that's happened. And I've said this before, soccer, football brings people together. Okay. And it brings bad people together too. But the overwhelming idea, which a lot of people don't get, is it's not about us versus them. It's about us together in this moment where we're fighting in this trivial thing, and there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser, there's going to be some feeling, but there's not going to be hard feelings. There's not going to be fighting. There's not going to be killing. We accept the rules, and we're glad to have an opponent to be able to play this really pretty interesting game if you study it. And so that's what I have to say about the World Cup. The Europeans have not discovered America. Okay, suddenly they haven't been lied to. All of this right-wing bullshit. The only thing that's happened is that all of the people who haven't really experienced it are coming out to experience. And there's us meeting each other exactly the way that we do, which is face to face. And that's, we can talk a lot of shit about each other on the internet. We can take our positions. But here's what doesn't survive face-to-face contact is stupidity and bigotry. It just doesn't survive it. And that is what is happening here.